Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about peaking. Peaking, it's something I brought up before in my training log, and someone asked me to talk about peaking, so I'm going to discuss that topic in this video. So guys, before I get into that topic, I want to encourage you to stick around the end of this video, find out how you can reach me with your questions and or comments. I might have some drool over here, kids. The wife and daughters are gone, so I'm actually sleeping in. So let's talk about peaking, okay? There are different ways to peak, many different ways to peak for strength, so on and so forth. But the basic concept, the way I approach it, is that I'll start out with more volume of work, and I'll work from a higher volume and a moderate intensity to a high intensity in a lower volume. What that means is intensity is relative strength, like percentage of your one rep max. Let's just look at it as percentage of your one rep max. A high intensity workout will be a high percentage of your one rep max. A low intensity workout would be like a lower percentage of your one rep max, say 70 to 75% for a lot of reps. So, as far as peaking goes, you tend to start with a lot of volume at a lower intensity and work to a higher intensity with a lower amount of volume. Excuse me. What this means in a practical standpoint, a lot of programs you'll see, a lot of powerlifting or strength training programs, you'll start out doing a lot of reps. You'll have rep work. This was real popular in the 80s and 90s. You still see it like periodization programs. You'll see a lot of rep work. And then over time, as the intensity increases, you'll see the reps decrease, and you'll also tend to see the assistance work decrease. My friend Jonathan Bird, who has a program called Big, which I'm going to link below, please check it out. It is a workout plan that has some peaking in it. You'll see it move from rep work to higher intensity work, but once you start to get to the higher intensity stuff, you are dropping a lot of the assistance work. You're just focusing on the big lifts. You're just focusing on the high intensity stuff. So that's basically an overview of how peaking works for me, how I structure things. A lot of reps at a low intensity, and then slowly creeping towards higher intensity work with the dropping of the assistance programs. You want to maintain, you want to build, and then increase that strength, and then you want to improve your you want to drop all that. You want to start lowering the assistance work and all the volume work so your body can heal, so your body can peak, so your body can drop the fatigue levels and just focus on performance, if that makes sense, kids. So, now if you're doing this specifically for a powerlifting meet and you want to know how to peak and then maximize a meet, the way I approach things is that I will approach things personally trying to peak until 4 weeks out, and then at 4 weeks out I will have peaked, and then I try to cruise into my meet. The point is to peak early, to maintain that strength, and not do anything ridiculous the last 4 meets or last 4 weeks of a meet. So what this means in the real world is about 4 weeks out, I'll have my hardest workout. That's my peak workout. Right now I'm building up in squat singles. I add 5 pounds a week. This isn't a max. It isn't a max attempt every week. It's a daily max based on how I feel. When I feel great, I try to add 5 pounds to my daily max in squats. When I don't feel great, I'll just kind of hang a little bit lower of that, do what I can for that day. But right now, I'm at about a 625 squat single with chains. That's my working daily max. It's not my 1 rep max. So I'll keep trying to bump that by 5 pounds based on how I feel that day. If I feel like, wow, that was pretty manageable, then I'll go in next time and add 5 pounds. If that feels manageable, I'll go in that next time and add 5 pounds, and I'll keep increasing the intensity until 4 weeks out. And at 4 weeks out, that's the highest intensity I'm going to work. That is peaked. I'm done peaking. I'm not going to keep pushing it the next couple of weeks, leading into a meet. I don't want to injure myself. I want to, at that point, 4 weeks out, I'm going to quit. I'm not going to quit with the intense work. I'm not going to push the intensity work anymore. So say 4 weeks out, I'm at a 650-pound squat. 3 weeks out, I might do a little back off, say like a 640 or 635-pound squat. 2 weeks out, I might just do a little hair of a back out from that, like a 620. And 1 week out, the last week before a meet, I will rest. So basically, this is what I'm doing, kids. 4 weeks out, you're peaked, okay? 3 weeks out, you're about at your second attempt at your powerlifting meet. 1 week out, you should be at about your first attempt at your opener at your powerlifting meet. And then the last week, you don't do anything but rest and prepare for the meet. I hope that makes sense, guys. I hope that makes sense. Let me repeat that. You peak starting with volume and lower intensity. And then as you start to peak, you start to add intensity work and pull back on the volume. And part of that, in my philosophy, is that as you're working up the intensity ladder, you pull back down the assistance work or you pull back down the volume work. Once you get to 4 weeks out, you're about at your max strength effort. Max strength effort. That doesn't necessarily have to be a 1 rep max effort, but it has to be the highest intensity you're going to work before your meet. At that level, week 3, you're going to shoot for something about at your second attempt at the meet. That's where your workout's going to be about. At 3 weeks out, your second attempts. Moving to 2 weeks out, you're going to be at like your openers. So it's actually just going to get a little bit lighter as you get closer to a meet. And 1 week out, kids, 1 week out, the last week, you just rest completely. There you have it. How to peak, how to build strength. Guys, I hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments for the big, hairy, ugly dude, guys, there's a link below. It is to my forum Q&A. I'd be glad to help you out with strength building, muscle building, diet, nutrition, anything you want, kids, anything you want. Let's see if I can just do a little pec action from Mark Lobliner. Ooh, look at that. Mark, don't you wish you had upper pecs like me, Mark Lobliner? Don't you wish? Don't you wish, Mark? Don't you wish? I love Mark. I've spent time at Mark's house. Mark knows who I am. So, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.